In this question, we're told that Katie invests £200,000 in a savings account for 4 years. The account pays compound interest at a rate of 1.5% per annum. And we need to calculate the total amount of interest that Katie will get at the end of the 4 years. Now let's start by finding the total amount of money that Katie will have in her savings account after 4 years. So we start with £200,000. If we have compound interest at a rate of 1.5%, we have an increase of 1.5%. And so as a multiplier, this can be written as 1.015. And so if this continues for 4 years, we have an increase of 1.5% each year. And so every year we'll multiply by 1.015. And so what we're really doing is 200,000 multiplied by 1.015, multiplied by 1.015 again, multiplied by 1.015 again, and multiply by 1.015 again. And so we multiply by 1.015 4 times because the money was in the account for 4 years. And so to write this simply, we can say that the amount of money that Katie will have in her account at the end of the 4 years would be £200,000 multiplied by 1.015 to the power of 4. Now if this money was in the account for 10 years, we'd have 1.015 to the power of 10. Or if the money was in for 3 years, we'd have 1.015 to the power of 3. But in this case, we have 200,000 multiplied by 1.015 to the power of 4. Now this will leave us with an answer of £212,272 and approximately 71 pence. But see, in this question, we need to calculate the total amount of interest Katie will get at the end of the 4 years, not the total amount of money in her account. And so really the total amount of interest that Katie gets would be the total amount she has in her account at the end of the 4 years, take away the original amount Katie had in her account. And so we can say that the total amount of interest that Katie will get at the end of the 4 years would be £212,272.71, take away the original amount of £200,000, which leaves us with an answer of £12,272.7101. Now rounded to 2 decimal places, we can say that the amount of interest that Katie will get at the end of 4 years is approximately £12,272.71, which we've written down in the space provided. Now this question is worth 3 marks. We get the first mark for finding that the total amount of money that Katie will have in her account at the end of the 4 years is 200,000 multiplied by 1.015 to the power of 4. We get the second mark for finding out that in order to find the total amount of interest that Katie will get at the end of 4 years, we would have to do the amount of money she had in her account after 4 years, take away the original amount. And we get the third and final mark for getting our correct answer that the total amount of interest that Katie will get at the end of the 4 years is equal to £12,272.71, allowing us to get the full 3 marks needed in this question.